Hello students, my name is G. Nikita, Assistant Professor in the Pharmaceutical Chemistry Department, and I will deal the Medicinal Chemistry 2 subject for B Pharmacy 3rd year's first semester. So today we are going to discuss the first H2 antagonist, that is the first unit in Medicinal Chemistry 2. So in this topic we will discuss the introduction, means what is the H2 is means what is the H2 receptors classification, and what are the drugs that have been used as the H2 antagonist, mechanism of action, structural activity relationship, structure, synthesis, adverse drug reactions, uses. So before knowing about the what is the H2 antagonist, let's see what is the H2 receptor. So the H2 receptor is mainly present in the gastrointestinal tract, which is responsible for the gastric acid secretion. So, if the gastric acid secretion is more than normal, means it will cause the effect like causing of the ulcers in the stomach. So, in order to avoid the gastric acid secretion in the stomach, so these H2 antagonist drugs are used. See here, these drugs are effectively block the action of the H2 receptors. Means these H2 receptors are mainly present in the gastrointestinal tract, which is responsible for the gastric acid secretion. Some of the drugs like in the H2 antagonist are ranitidine, cimetidine, famotidine. So these drugs are mainly used in the treatment of the peptic ulcers. So they will reduce the gastric acid secretion. See here general mechanism of action of the H2 antagonist. So the H2 antagonist or the competitive antagonist, it will inhibit the release of the H2 H2 receptors. So here the mechanism, there are two types of the mechanism. That is, first one, it will block the release of the acid secretion, and second one, it will avoid the damage occurs to the cells in the stomach. So what is the mechanism of action here? It will inhibit the H2 receptors, and it will block the acid release in the stomach, which damages the cells in the stomach, leads to the causing of the peptic ulcers and also the various types of ulcers. Next, SAR. So this is the structure of the imidazole ring. See here in the fifth position, if the methylation is there, means increase of the activity. So in the fifth position, the methylation there means it increases the activity, and N-guanyl histamine is the weak antagonist. And if we see here in the second and the fourth position, if the carbon chain length increases, means also increases the activity of the drug. And also imidazole tautomer has the prominent activity. And also if the thiourea is replaced with the cyanoimmuno, so if the cyanoimmuno is there, means the cimetidine drug will come. So the what is the main role of the cimetidine? Just it is used to reduce the release of the acid in the stomach and used in the treatment of the ulcers. See here, SAR in the fifth position, if the methylation is there, means increases the activity. The guanyl histamine is the weak antagonist, and also if increases the carbon chain length in the second and the fourth position, means also increases the activity. So if the if the thiourea is replaced with the cyanoimmuno group, means the cimetidine drug will come. So it is used in the treatment of the ulcer. So let's see the classification. First drug is the cimetidine. So the first drug name is cimetidine. If you see the structure, this is the imidazole. So 5-membered ring with 2 nitrogen imidazole. And here in the third position, methyl structure is there. And here in the first position, methyl and sulfur. And here 1, 2. 2 carbon atoms means ethyl. So ethyl, and this is the guanidine. This structure is the guanidine and this is the cyanide. See here in the cimetidine structure, this is the imidazole. In here the fifth position methyl, and here the in first position methyl group and sulfur, ethyl, and guanidine, cyanide is present. Next structure is ranitidine. This is the furan, means 5-membered structured with nitrogen atom, sorry, with oxygen atom. So here in the fifth position, the dimethyl amino, see here amine, and here 2 methyl groups. So if 2 methyl groups are there, means dimethyl amino, and here methyl. In the second position here methyl, and this is a sulfur group. 1, 2, 2 carbon atoms means ethyl amino, and here 1, 2, 2 carbon atoms. In the second position nitro group is attached, so it is a 2 nitroethyl, and this is a methyl amide. See here, this is a furan. In the fifth position, dimethyl amino, methyl, and this is the methyl and sulfur ethyl amino, 2 nitroethyl, and here methyl amide group is present. Next, famotidine structure, and this is the structure of the thiazole. So thia means sulfur, azole means nitrogen. So thiazole. In the second position, the what is there, the 2 amide groups and 1 of the nitrogen is there, so it is named, so dimethyl, sorry, dinitromethyl amino is there. See here, 2 of the amide groups, and here 1 of the methyl, and here 1 of the nitrogen is attached, and here 1 of the methyl, and here sulfur, and here 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms means propane, amino, so this is the imidamide. See here, this is the thiazole, sorry, this is the structure with 5-membered ring. So this is the thiazole structure. In first position nitrogen, third position sulfur. So 1, 3 thiazole. In second position, the 2 amide groups are attached to the methyl, and here 1 of the nitrogen is there, and here methyl, sulfur, and this is the 3 carbon atoms means propyl, amide, and here sulfur group and amide group is there. Next, nizatidine. This is the sorry. So this is the structure of the thiazole. See here, in first position sulfur and third position nitrogen. So this is the thiazole, and here in the second position methyl, and here dimethyl amine is there. See here, 2 methyl groups is attached to the nitrogen. So this is the dimethyl amine, and here 1 of the methyl group, and here sulfur, and 1, 2, 2 carbon atoms means ethyl amino, and here two carbon atoms, here nitro, so nitroethyl, and here methyl amide is there. So this is the thiazole. See here sulfur and the nitrogen. And here in the second position methyl, dimethyl amino, methyl sulfur, ethyl amino, nitroethyl, and methyl amide is there. So next, proton pump inhibitors. So in proton pump inhibitor, first drug is omeprazole. So if you see the structure is the benzoimidazole. So this is the benzene and this is the imidazole structure. So if you see the structure, this is the benzodiazole. Diazole means nitrogen atom. So two nitrogen atoms are there. So this is the diazole. So benzene and benzodiazole structure. So for the benzodiazole structure, in the sixth position methoxy group, and here in the second position sulfonyl, and here methyl, and this is structure of the pyridine. See here 6-membered ring with nitrogen. So this is the pyridine, and in the third and the fifth position methyl, and fourth position methoxy structure is there. See here, this is the structure of the benzodiazole. In 1,3 benzodiazole, sixth position methoxy, in second position sulfonyl, and here methyl, pyridine, in third position, fifth position dimethyl, four methoxy group is there. Next, lansoprazole. So this is the structure of the benzodiazole. See here, this is the benzodiazole 1,3 benzodiazole. In the second position sulfonyl, and here methyl, pyridine. For the pyridine structure in the third position methyl group is there, and here two carbon atoms means ethyl, and here three fluorine atoms are there. So trifluoroethoxypyridine. See here structure, this is the structure of the benzodiazole 1,3 benzodiazole. In second position sulfonyl, and here methyl, pyridine. For the pyridine in third position methyl, and here trifluoroethoxy is present. Next, rabeprazole. If you see the structure here, this is the benzodiazole. See here 1,3 benzodiazole. In second position sulfonyl, here methyl, and this is the structure of the pyridine. For the pyridine in the third position methyl group is there, and in the fourth position see 3 carbon atoms means propane, and here oxygen is there, so propoxy, and here CH3OH is the methoxy group. See here, this is the benzodiazole structure 1,3 benzodiazole structure, and here in the second position sulfonyl methyl group is there, and here pyridine structure. For the pyridine structure in the third position methyl group, and in the fourth position propoxy, and here methoxy group is there. Next, pantoprazole. So this is the benzodiazole 1,3 benzodiazole. In sixth position difluoroethoxy group is there. See here difluoroethoxy, and here sulfonyl methyl pyridine structure. For pyridine structure in third and fourth position methoxy. So how many are there? Two. Dimethoxy pyridine. So this is the classification of the H2 antagonist. Let's see the H2 antagonist drugs. First drug is the cimetidine, and this is the structure. And if you see the IUPAC name is 1-cyno 3-methyl, 2,2,5-methyl, 1H-imidazole methyl, and sulfonyl ethyl guanidine. See here IUPAC name 1 cyano, 3-methyl, 2,2,5-methyl, 1H-imidazole methyl, sulfonyl ethyl guanidine. So if you see here structure, so this is the imidazole structure. See here 5-membered ring imidazole. In 5th position methyl group, and here methyl, sulfonyl, 2 carbon atoms means ethyl, and this is the structure of the guanidine, and this is the methyl and cyano. So if you see the IU structure here, this is the imidazole. In 5th position methyl, and here in the methyl, sulfonyl, and ethyl guanidine, methyl cyano. So 1 cyano, 3 methyl, 2 and 2,5 methyl imidazole and methyl sulfonyl guanidine. So this is the IUPAC name and structure, and properties are it is a white or off-white crystalline powder, unpleasant odor, sparingly soluble in water, but it is insoluble in alcohol. So if you see the synthesis, the starting material is ethyl 5-methyl imidazole carboxylate. So this is the structure of the imidazole. Here methyl, and this is the ethyl carboxylate is present. See here methyl and ethyl carboxylate. So in presence of lithium hydroxide, when it undergoes the reduction process, what will happen means here in place of the ethyl carboxylate, the ethanol group is attached. See here CH2OH. Ethanol group is attached to get the intermediate product A. So when the intermediate product A is reacted with amino ethyl thiol. So when it is reacted with amino ethyl thiol, it undergoes the dehydration process. So dehydration means removal of the water molecule. So here what will happen here? From the amino ethyl thiol, one of the hydrogen, and from the intermediate A, OH is removed in the form of the water, and remaining amino ethyl thiol is attached here to get the intermediate product B. So when the intermediate product B is reacted with dimethyl N-cyano-thiol carbonate, means here what will happen means the methyl thiol is eliminated. SHCH3, see here. So from dimethyl N-cyano-thiol carbonate, the CH3S will get eliminated. See here CH3S, and here from the intermediate B, one of the hydrogen will get eliminated. So in the form of methyl thiol to get the intermediate product C. So in presence of the methyl amine, so the methyl thiol is eliminated. So the methyl thiol means here the one of from the intermediate product C, the methyl group, and here SH group is eliminated to get the drug cimetidine. See here the starting material is ethyl 5-methyl imidazole carboxylate. When it is reacted with aluminum hydrate, undergoes a reduction process. Here the ethanol group is attached to get the intermediate product A. When it is reacted with amino ethyl thiol, here the water molecule undergoes the dehydration, means removal of the water molecule. So what will happen from the amino ethyl thiol, one of the hydrogen, and here from the intermediate A, OH is eliminated in the form of water, and remaining amino ethyl thiol is attached here to form the intermediate product B. When intermediate product B is reacted with dimethyl N-cyano-thiol aminocarbonate, the methyl thiol is eliminated. So here the methyl thiol is here CH3S from the dimethyl N-cyano-thiol carbonate, and also one of the hydrogen from intermediate B is eliminated in the form of methyl thiol to get the intermediate C. So when the intermediate C is reacted with methylamine, so the methyl thiol is eliminated to get the final product is cimetidine drug. Next mechanism of action is it is used to inhibit the gastric acid which has been released by the H2 receptors. So that is responsible for causing the ulcers. So the main mechanism of action is here to inhibit the gastric acid secretion. So by binding the drug to the H2 receptors and to block the H2 receptors in order to prevent the ulcers. Next, pharmacokinetics are it is the oral route of administration. So if you take to the oral route means the absorption is good and it is undergoes the first pass metabolism, and also it will reaches the systemic circulation in low period of time, and this drug should be taken in presence of food for the absorption. So for in order to get the better absorption means the drug should be taken with food. So it is the oral route of administration because the oral route of administration has the good absorption and it undergoes the first pass metabolism and it easily reaches the systemic circulation in low time, and this drug should be taken after the meals for the better absorption. Next, adverse drug reactions are headache, dizziness, sleepiness, enlarged breast in men, confusion in elder patients, convulsions, coma, impotence, constipation, vomitings, dry mouth. So these are the dry mouth and nausea, vomitings, rashes, slurred speech means can't able to speak properly, thrombocytopenia, neutropenia, temporary reduction of the sperm count. So these are the adverse drug reactions which comes under the cimetidine drug. Next dose, the oral dose we should take 400 mg or 800 mg at night time. Next drug is famotidine. So this is the structure of the famotidine. And IUPAC name is 3,2-di-amino-methylidine amino 1,3 thiazole methyl sulfonyl and sulfonyl propionamide. See here IUPAC name 3,2-diamino-methylidine amino 1,3 thiazole methyl sulfonyl and sulfonyl propionamide. So this is the structure of the thiazole. In first thia means nitrogen, aza means thia means sulfur, aza means nitrogen. So in first position nitrogen, in third position sulfur. So 1,3 thiazole, and here in second position dimethylidine amino group is there. See here amino group is attached to the methyl. So this is the diamino methyl leading amine, and here methyl sulfonyl 1 2 3 3 carbon atoms means propane. So this completely known as sulfonamide. See here sulfonamide propane imidamide. See here structure, this is the 1,3 thiazole. 2 in second position diaminomethyl amine methyl in fifth position, and here sulfur and sulfonyl propionamide. See here 1 2 3 3 carbon atoms means propane, in here in the third carbon the sulfur group is there, and here methyl, and here thiazole structure. For the thiazole in the second position diaminomethyl amine group is there. So properties are, it is a white to pale yellow crystals and it is freely soluble in glacial acetic acid, slightly soluble in methanol and very slightly soluble in water, and it is insoluble in ethanol. So pharmacokinetics, it is a oral route of administration. It undergoes a first pass metabolism and it is excreted in urine through unchanged form. Next, adverse drug reactions are constipation, diarrhea, fatigue, dizziness, feeling of the weakness, mood changes, headache. Insomnia means can't able to sleep properly. Muscle pain, cramps, joint pain, nausea or vomiting, dry mouth. So these are the adverse drug reactions. Dose 200 mg or 400 mg at night time the drug should be taken. Next drug is ranitidine. So this is the structure of the ranitidine. And IUPAC name is 1, 2, 5 dimethyl amino, methyl, furon, methyl, sulfonyl, ethyl amino, 2 nitroethyl methyl amine. See here 1, 2, 5 dimethyl amino, methyl, furon, methyl, sulfonyl, ethyl amino, 2 nitroethyl methyl amine. So this is the structure of the furon. Means 5-membered ring with oxygen atom. In the fifth position, dimethyl amino methyl. See here 2 methyl groups are attached to the nitrogen. So this is a dimethyl amino methyl. Here methyl group is there and here sulfonyl, and here 2 carbon atoms are there. So ethyl amino 1, 2. 2 carbon atoms in the second position, the nitro group is there. So 2 nitroethyl methyl amine. So properties are, it is a white to pale yellow and it is characteristic odor, bitter in taste, and it is soluble in the water and sensitive to the light and the moisture. So this drug should not be exposed to the light and the moisture. And pharmacokinetics are, it is the oral, means we should take a drug with oral and the intravenous route of administration. But when we compare with the intravenous route of administration, means the oral administration is well observed and it is metabolized in the liver and it is excreted through the urine. So the absorption is not impaired by the administration of the food or antacid. So in presence or the absence of the food also the drug action does not affect. So it is a oral and intravenous route of administration. But when we compare with the intravenous route of administration, oral route administration is well observed and it is metabolized in the liver and eliminated through the urine. Adverse drug reactions are headache, dizziness, confusion, feeling of the drowsiness, insomnia, and also vomiting, nausea, stomach pain, diarrhea, and constipation, and decrease the sex drive, impotence, difficulty having an organs or swollen or tender breast in men. Next dose 150 mg orally or 300 mg at bedtime. Means we can able to take the drug from 150 to 300 mg at the bedtime. So uses of the H2 receptor. So it is mainly used in the treatment of the duodenal ulcers, gastric ulcers, stress-induced ulcers, GERD disease, and also the aspiration of the gastric fluids. So it is used in the treatment of the different types of the ulcers like duodenal, gastric, stress-induced GERD, aspiration of the gastric fluids. Next is proton pump inhibitors. So in proton pump inhibitors, first drug is omeprazole. And the IUPAC name is 6-methoxy 2, 4-methoxy 3,5 dimethylpyridine methane sulfonyl 1,3 benzodiazole. See here, this is the structure of the benzodiazole. In first position and the third position, nitrogen atoms are there. So 1,3 benzodiazole, sixth position methoxy, so 6-methoxy, and here in second position the here methane and sulfonyl group is there, and this is the structure of the pyridine. So for the pyridine in the third position and the fifth position methyl group is there. So how many are there? 2. So it is named as di 3,5 dimethyl, and in fourth position methoxy group. So named as 3,5 dimethyl 4-methoxy pyridine. So this is the structure of 1,3 benzodiazole, 6-methoxy, 2 methane sulfonyl, 3,5 dimethyl 4-methoxy pyridine. So this is a structure and IUPAC name. And the properties are, it is a white hygroscopic powder. So hygroscopic means it can easily absorb the moisture from the atmosphere when it is exposed, and also it is soluble in water, alcohol, propylene glycol, and very slightly soluble in methylene chloride. So next to pharmacokinetics are, it is the oral and intravenous route of administration, and it is metabolized in the liver by using the cytochrome enzyme, and it is eliminated through urine. But this drug should be taken before eating with empty stomach. So this drug should not take after the food, taking of the food. So before the meals, this drug should be taken for the better absorption. And adverse drug reactions are headache, dizziness, respiratory tract infections, cough, vomitings, abdominal pain, nausea, constipation, skin rashes, and back pain. So skin rashes where it will occur means, so this drug is taken through the intravenous route of administration. So at what site we have taken means, at that site we will get the skin rashes. Next uses, it is used in the treatment of the stomach infection, duodenal ulcers, and GERD disease. And dose 20 mg as a single dose for 4 weeks through oral route of administration we should take. Next drug is pantoprazole, and this is the structure and IUPAC name is 6-ditrifluoromethoxy, and 2 3,4 dimethoxypyridine methane sulfonyl 1,3 benzodiazole. So this is the structure of the benzodiazole. In 1,3 benzodiazole, in sixth position difluoromethoxy. Here in second position the methane sulfonyl 3,4 dimethoxypyridine is present. See here, this is the structure of the benzodiazole. In sixth position difluoromethoxy. In second position the methane sulfonyl, and in third and fourth position methoxy groups are there, 2 methoxy groups. So this is the 3,4 dimethoxypyridine structure. So this is a structure and IUPAC name. Next properties are, it is a white color and it is soluble in water, insoluble in hexane, and slightly soluble in buffer. The buffer solution should be maintained at pH 7.4. Next pharmacokinetics are, it is oral, intravenous route of administration, and it is metabolized in the liver by using the cytochrome enzyme, and it is eliminated through the urine. Adverse drug reactions are headache, dizziness, diarrhea, vomitings, nausea, abdominal pain, joint pain, constipation, dry mouth. Hepatitis means infection of the liver, decrease in white blood cells, muscle disorder, and bone infection. Uses, it is used in the treatment of the gastric ulcers and GERD disease. So this drug dose should be 20 to 40 mg per day in the morning for the ulcers and GERD disease. So next drug is lansoprazole, and this is the structure, and IUPAC name is 2,3-methyl 4 2,2,2 trifluoroethoxy pyridine methane sulfonyl 1,3 benzodiazole. See here structure, this is the benzodiazole. 1,3 benzodiazole. Here in the second position, the methane sulfonyl. Methane sulfonyl is attached, and here pyridine. In third position, methyl, and here in the fourth position, 3 fluorine atoms are there. So trifluoro, and here 2 carbon atoms means ethyl, and here oxygen. So this is a trifluoroethoxy. See here 1,3 benzodiazole. Second position, the methane sulfonyl pyridine. Third position, methyl, and here in fourth position, trifluoroethoxy group is attached. So this is the IUPAC name and structure, and properties are, it is a white to brownish white crystalline powder, and it is odorless and freely soluble in ethyl formamide and soluble in methanol and slightly soluble in ethyl acetate, acetonitrile, and very slightly soluble in water and hexane. Pharmacokinetics are, it is oral intravenous route of administration, and it is metabolized in the liver by using the cytochrome enzyme, and it is eliminated through urine. Adverse drug reactions are headache, diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, joint pain, nausea, dry mouth, kidney problems, itching, and breathing problems, blood in stool, skin rashes on nose, cheeks, fever, feeling of the weakness, dizziness, and blood disorders. Next uses, it is used to treat the certain ulcers, and also it is used to reduce the acid in the stomach. And dose 60 mg per day for the hypersecretory condition, means in case of the acid is released more in the stomach, means for that condition 60 mg per day we have to take. For the peptic ulcers, we have to take 30 mg per day. Next, rabiprazole, and this is a structure, and IUPAC name is 2,4,3-methoxy propoxy 3-methyl pyridine methane sulfonyl 1,3 benzodiazole. See here, this is the structure of the benzodiazole. 1,3 benzodiazole. In second position, this is a methane sulfonyl. Here methane, and this is a sulfonyl, methane sulfonyl, and this is the structure of the pyridine. So for the pyridine, in the third position, methyl group, and here in the fourth position, 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms means propane. So here oxygen. So name is propoxy, and here methoxy group is here. For the propoxy in the third position, the methoxy group is attached. So it is named as 4-methoxy and propoxy. 3-methoxy and propoxy. See here, this is a benzodiazole, 1,3 benzodiazole. Here in the second position, the methane sulfonyl is attached, and here the pyridine. In the third position, methyl group, and here in the fourth position, this is a methoxy, and propoxy is attached. So this is the structure and IUPAC name, and properties are, it is a white to yellow solid, and it is soluble in water, methanol, and freely soluble in ethanol, chloroform, ethyl acetate, and insoluble in water. So pharmacokinetics are, it is oral and intravenous route of administration, and it is metabolized in the liver by cytochrome enzyme, and it is eliminated through urine. Adverse drug reactions are headache, dizziness, diarrhea, constipation, skin rashes, liver injury, coma, and death. Uses, it is used in the treatment of the gastric ulcers, peptic ulcers, and duodenal ulcers. Dose 20 mg per day should be taken for the treatment of gastric, peptic, and duodenal ulcers. So these are the drugs which comes under the H2 antagonist. So these are the references for this topic, that is H2 antagonist. Thank you.